So today is day 17 and hopefully the last day of our barn house bathroom renovation. And we just have a few things to do. I need to add just a little bit more caulking in the bottom of the shower. I need to add some shelves above the toilet. And then I need to build a mirror behind me. I haven't even started it yet. So hopefully I can get that all done. So let's see what happens. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and caulk the bottom where the tile meets the pan. And I'm going to use caulking very similar to the black that I did in the corner, except this time it's white. And it's siliconized acrylic latex elastomeric sealant. This is stuff that's waterproof. It shouldn't give me any issues. So I'm just going to do the same thing, just squirt some in the corner, and then run my finger and make sure it's nice and smooth, and then peel the tape, and we should have a real nice line. I'm making sure to really squirt it into the seam under there. I want to make sure it has a real nice seal. Alright. Okay, so grab a paper towel and run my finger over it. Make sure it looks nice and even, and then this looks good to me, so I'll do the sides and finish it up, and then I'm done in the shower. So it's making a real nice line. I just let it sit for maybe a minute or so, just to slightly harden up. I mean, it probably didn't do much at all, but it's still basically pretty wet. I'm peeling this, and also have to let it sit all day. We shouldn't run any water in here for about a day or so, just to be for sure. There we go. Looks pretty good. Next up, I'm going to hang the shelves above the toilet. So what we did last night is we kind of pre-measured so that I can do it today by myself. But we just kind of sat down here and got an idea of how low the shelf could be without bumping your head. So the bottom one will be here, and the top one is about I don't know, 12, 14 inches higher or something like that. So to kind of figure it out, we just grabbed one of the shelves, sat it at the height that we liked, and we put a level on top, made sure it's nice and level, and then just stuck these little brackets on there. So the shelf is made out of wood I found on the side of the road, and these are just off-the-shelf brackets at Menards. Kind of cool and simple. And we just set them up there and then marked the holes, and I don't know if it shows in the video, but I have these pre-marked. So I'm going to go through, pre-drill, and put anchors in there because there's no studs at these spots. And then I should be able to screw these in and then set the shelf on top, screw it on, it's good to go. It should be pretty simple. And here's the shelves all finished, look pretty good. It's nice and simple. So I think it's time to go ahead and move on to the mirror. So to build the mirror for the bathroom, I'm actually going to use this mirror that I've had sitting around for a while. I picked it up at a Habitat for Humanity restore in town. I only paid $4 for it. This thing is huge. I mean, look at my foot compared to it. It's like 3 feet wide, 4.5 feet long, something like that. It's really big. So I'm going to attempt to cut it down. So I need to pull the back off, get the mirror out, and then slice it and just really hope that I don't crack it. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so should be able to pull the back off here and see what kind of mirror we're working with. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I can cut that down. So I decided to build my mirror at 28 by 24. That's the frame. So the actual mirror itself I want to cut down a little bit smaller. So it's going to be 23 by 27, and then it'll kind of fit inside the wood frame. So I went ahead and drew some lines, and I'm just going to cut it with my little glass cutter, and I'll put a little oil on there too, just to maybe help the cut a little bit. And hopefully after I score it a few times and snap it, it doesn't crack, because then I got to figure out something else. So I scored it several times, and then I put a stick under it, all right, to kind of raise it up a little bit. I'm just going to press on it and see if I can get it to snap there. And if it my scores were good. It'll snap nice and straight. It's wrong. Who knows? This thing might totally shatter. It's a pretty thick mirror. It's like a 1/4 inch thick, so this might be kind of difficult to do. So I hope it works out. Man, it don't feel like it's doing anything. I might need to score it some more. This is a really thick mirror. All right, let me try that again. I scored it some more, and man, I've never had this much trouble breaking a piece of glass before, so hopefully this is going to work. Oh man, I'm afraid to press on it too much because I'd really like it to just snap and not crack and bust on me. Maybe I'll just give it one good tap. It's making me nervous. Well, okay, that's not straight. Now I gotta figure out how to fix this. So check it out. It's about a 1/4 inch too long here on this end, and then it eventually meets the line, and then it goes past, and as you can see, it's like a 1/4 inch under there. So that's a real problem because it was gonna fit exact. I've never cut a piece this thick before, so I didn't know how it was gonna go, and well, I just messed it up. So I'm gonna have to rethink this. I might have to get a different piece of mirror. I'm not sure if I can change the size on this one or not. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so what I decided to do was I remeasured my mirror, and it is actually 26 inches wide this way, and I was this cut over here was at 27, so basically I just have my mirror 1 inch shorter, so it would be a 24 by 27 mirror, which I think I can do. So I went ahead and marked this way at 23 inches, because like I said, I was originally going to cut at 27 by 23, the mirror, then the frame would be 1 inch bigger around. So I'll give it one more shot and hope it works. If this doesn't work, I'll have to rethink some things again. Alright, so I went ahead and I measured over the 23. I scored it really well. I tried to do it better than last time, so I'm going to give it one more shot and see what happens. Oh, man. Still makes me nervous. Let's see here. Maybe I could scoot my stick a little closer so it snaps right on the edge. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, that's not bad. It's a little broke, but I think I can work with that remaining edge. Okay, as long as this works, we're good. Oh, man. Now I gotta do this part. This one's tricky. You can do this. That looks like a shark bit it. That's not working. Uh-oh. Alright, so now I gotta figure this one out. So here's what I'm trying now. It just has these little jagged edges on there, so I'm just gonna try to break it off with some pliers. Ah, man. Still not enough. Now I'm at the point where I need to see if I can possibly grind that somehow. I tried cleaning it up with the pliers, but it's still a little rough, so I'm sure this is definitely not recommended. I'm going to see if I can clean it up with a flapper disc. It's not really doing a whole lot, so I'm not sure about this. Alright, so the cut on the end there looks okay, but then it gets rough here. And that little flapper disc on my grinder, it kind of worked. It was enough to smooth it out where it's basically 23 inches. I think I can make it work to fit in the frame. Now you can kind of see where it chipped away some of that mirror backing, but I'm actually going to be sinking this into the wood about a 1/4 inch. I think that'll get covered up. So I think I'm okay. Even though it's not pretty, I think it'll work. So now that my glass is workable, I need to build the wood frame for it. So I'm going to use these little planks right here. These are actually leftover floorboards from our house renovation, and we pulled these out of the downstairs bathroom. It was really creepy, but I kept the boards because they were pretty cool. They have lots of patina and texture and color and scratches and beat up marks and all that. I've used them for a lot of projects, and I had these 4 boards left over, and I'm gonna need 3 or 4 to build this frame, so I think that works out perfect. You know, they'll go from the downstairs bathroom to upstairs and they'll get a new life. So what I need to do is chop them to size, and then I need to sand them up because they only have the color on one side, so I want them to match the shelves I made. So I'll have to sand them down and then use my homemade wood stain on them, and then put some of the clear on there, and you know, put the mirror in it and all that, and then hang it up, and it should look pretty cool, but it's gonna take a little work, so let me get started. Okay, I got all these pieces cut, and now I have been here for probably an hour and a half trying to figure out these angles, because I just kind of drew them on there. I didn't measure anything, and now I'm trying to make all the parts match, and they just don't work. So this, you know, the mirror would actually go like this. So this would be the top, and this is the bottom, and the bottom is 4 inches wide, and the top is 2 inches wide. So I, you know, just kind of drew it out, cut it out by hand, and it looks pretty good. I can fake it with some sanding, but this top piece up here is 2 inches thick, and you can see how there's a little bit of a gap, and it's narrower down here than it is up here. And I've been trying, like I said, for like an hour on the table saw to get this piece to have a slight angle cut to it, and I can't figure it out. I've tried over and over and over, so I think I'm gonna give up on trying to make the angle work, and I will just sand this thing down till it looks right, kind of fake it. So what I gotta do now is I want to make a little channel in the back where the mirror is actually going to sit into it, and then just sand the rest of the mirror and put it together, and then I can stain and all that. So I've wasted way too much time. This bathroom is not going to get done today because this mirror will probably not even get done. So man, this thing has become way more complicated than I thought, and it should be simple, but it's just not quite my forte. Wow, okay, I finally got that angle figured out. I actually had it dialed up on the table saw correctly, but I had my fence on the wrong side, so I flipped it over here, and it actually worked after a little bit of adjusting. So man, what a headache, but I finally got it, so now I can start putting this thing together after I cut the little channels on the back. So I cut out the 1/4 inch little grooves on the back, and I brought it inside real quick to test it on my flat floor, and it worked out perfect. And I'm just about to lose my light, so I need to go out and sand, but check it out. The corner there, once it's glued and nailed together, fits really nice. And then I finally figured out the angle up there. That looks pretty good too. And any little bit that might be off will be sanded away, no problem whatsoever. So this thing finally worked out. A huge headache. I did not expect it to be so complicated, but that is just not quite my thing. So anyway, I need to sand before it gets way too late. So I got everything sanded. Now I'm going to glue and then nail it together so that I can then kind of go over some of these edges again real quick, sand them off, and then put stain on it. I'm hoping my homemade wood stain is still the similar color to how it was earlier on my shelves. It's been a while since I made those now. And anyway, see if I can get this thing put together. So I finally got the frame built and finished, and I was excited to drop the mirror in. So I put it in place, it stopped before it went all the way in. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I traced around it, and I ended up taking my knife and just shaving it out. It was really just down here at the bottom. You can kind of see where I had to shave. Lots of shavings here. And I just kept doing it over and over and testing until it finally fits. So now it finally drops into place, and it fits really nice. So I don't know if my frame was a little off when I was putting it together, or if it's because of the weird little cut edge that's maybe a little off. Whatever it wasn't quite fitting, but now it does. So what I need to do is go over my corners, because my miters don't look that great, and I'll sand them, which I think will make them look better, and then put on some stain and let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow I can clear coat it and put a backer on it to kind of hold the mirror in and to just make everything sturdy. and then I should be able to hang it. And then I just got a few things left in the bathroom to do, some hangers on the doors and put towels in and things like that. It's real simple stuff, and we'll finally be finished. So man, I was not expecting this thing to take all day. It should have been so simple, but it was really testing me out. So hopefully I can get it done tonight. All right, here's some of my homemade wood stains. So I really hope it matches the shells from the other day. It's been a little while since I did those, so I don't know if the stain's going to match or not, but I think it'll be pretty close. All right, so I'm going to have to call it quits for tonight. It's super late, and I didn't get anywhere near where I thought it was. I thought I was going to finish it all, and I basically got stuck on that mirror. That thing was challenging me all day long. And I think I got it. I got it sanded, the stains on it. I should be able to clear it and then put a backer on it tomorrow and hang it. Hopefully that won't be a problem. I think that will actually go well. And then just finish out the room and it will finally be done. So anyway, thanks again for checking out today. And I didn't think there was going to be tomorrow, but there is. So be sure to tune in and check out how it turns out. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. I really appreciate that. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. That really helps get it out in front of other people that might like to check it out too. And if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that to keep up with more videos. And if you want to see some other projects I have some here on the screen and down in the description below as well.